I am Coffee Kevin, and this is, I got it. This is the Cafflano, what is this called? A Go-Brew. There's so many different, I think of all the different names now. And what is the Go-Brew? The Go-Brew, and I've seen other clips on this. The Go-Brew's been described as a travel brewer, and maybe they even describe it in some of their propaganda, Cafflano, as a portable brewer. I consider it a portable, rather not a portable brewer. I consider it a brewer that once the coffee's made comes in its own sealable carafe, which is very convenient to take with you wherever you're going, and that is just ideal in some ways. But no, I don't consider it, and it is a brewer that you carry around too, so you can always make more. But I don't think making coffee out in the middle of nowhere with this would be all that easy because, first of all, you can't grind. It doesn't have a grinder. There is a Cafflano brewer, the original brewer, kind of Cafflano Classic. You can brew with as its own grinder built into it. I mean, it's just really incredible. This is the great thing about this, though, is the serving vessel is that brewer, the Cafflano Classic, is designed to be on the go brewing coffee right on the spot where you're going to drink it. This brewer is designed to brew it, then carry it with you, and then drink it. It all depends on where you want to put the emphasis. And there's a reason for this one, and I could see, a picnic lunch, with a couple of sandwiches, and bringing some, in effect, the thermos of coffee with your sweetheart, and going out into the prairie where I live, and just, making an afternoon out of it. Sort of your coffee flask. But that's a different thing. Let's play with it and see. And I'm not going to pretend to do a super detailed barista because I haven't used this very much. I haven't used it really at all because I'm trying to. Oh, that's right. I can really prove I haven't used it at all. But what I like about it is everything they do is so cool. Now, do the overhead, Mike. I want to see where it... Dead on. Okay. And then we put this in here, and then put the filter. It comes with a bunch of filters. I don't know where you'll ever find them, but I'm sure you can get them online. And they're kind of mini cupcake filters. By the way, another difference is between this and the AeroPress. This is not an attempt to do the AeroPress. The AeroPress is a different brewing method involving pressure. This really is a traditional drip method with the flat bottom and everything. And okay, what have I got in here? I've got 24 grams of coffee. Oh, wow, I'm going to put this in. You know what? I think I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to take this out for a second and put it in like this. Just seems more sensible. And really, I did this very casually. It's two of these traditional, and you can give me a forward shot now. Two of these traditional scoops, which are like 10 or 11 grams a piece. So we got 22 grams in there of coffee, ground coffee, which is drip ground, of course. And I've got water heated to 198 approximately. And I am going to, let's see how long this takes. That's 0. And then, okay, and then I'm going to do a pour. Let's see when it gets up to 198. I've got this this new coffee brewer kettle, and this is the Bonavita. And here we go. And then let's see, do we have a timer? Yeah, let's timers on that for sure. Okay, and then we'll just... Now, I like something about this too, by the way, and I'll show you one thing I really like. And I know someone I saw was a little critical of having to fill this almost all the way, but I like that. I like it. You get a nice deep bed depth, and that's good because as the water travels down, it travels through that bed depth. You know, one of the things if you're brewing smaller volumes of coffee, one of the reasons I keep telling people you probably have to grind a little finer is because you need to slow that drip down. Well, one of the ways of slowing it down or prolonging the contact time is to make a taller, narrower bed for the so that's where Cafflano is thinking. Yeah, you have to be a little careful. You don't want to go over the top with this, but I think that's pretty brilliant to them. It's already been a minute, and I'm hoping this is like a 3-minute extraction or longer, because that means we'll get some richness. Richness is a term that used to be overused in the coffee world, and lately I haven't heard anyone using it. It's like now it's become a verboten. So in the world of conformity, so I really like, yeah, I'm really liking this. Is a nice, you know, we're going to fill it all the way up here. It's a 145. If this is 4 minutes, that would be spot on what I think it should be. But okay, and then we've got that through. Now let's do another one. We're going to bring it up here again. I think this works fine. And this is an ultra fresh coffee too, so I'm very impressed. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that nice to look and see that? Wow. All right. And, you know, they have to do 4 or 5 pours for this amount of coffee is not extravagant at all, not extreme. I don't see a problem with that. And then my guess is it's going to be about a 3-minute extraction contact time all the way around. And that's fine. I might next time I brew, and I'm really more than trying to make the perfect cup in front of you like a barista champ. I'm really trying to more share with you a methodology to thinking about brewing while you're doing it, because I really think you know, it's like teaching to fish rather than fishing for you. I really like to share how I approach this, and actually I think this is going to be a 4-minute extraction, which, as I said, is just about perfect. We're getting up there. And we are really close. I'm a big fan of Cafflano. I consider them one of the most innovative of all the coffee maker companies, coming out with a lot of different manual methods. One thing I really like about their risk takers, and they don't seem to get attached. They seem to have conquered attachment. 4 minutes and 14 seconds. I'm ready. I think that's about right. I think that's it. And everything is designed, as usual with Cafflano, to just, you know, as soon as this is really kaput out of here. And it, really, we had up to 5 minutes. 5 minutes in terms of drip. This was a grind that the surface area and the way it controls the contact time, 5 minutes would have been ideal. 4 minutes and 45 seconds start to finish. Really quite nice, quite close to perfection in terms of, And the rest of it you can tweak with grind. Don't be afraid to do that too. Move it a half a notch. Move it a little bit. That's why I favor variable grinders, which will let you fine tune. It looked really good on camera, Mike. Okay, he held a little light there just to get a little vanity light over it. Okay, there we go. Nice. And then this is really disposable. You can, of course, compost, and if you're anyway, good. Okay, we're all set. The coffee is made. I have a place I will set this. And then, let's see, we can really, I probably should have done this already, but I think I can do it now. Do I pour this down? And there we go. And is that supposed to be a pouring vessel? Yes, I think so. So I need to have, oh, there it is. I was looking for the place we had. Pull this down, and then put this back together again. I've got to go pick up my friend, and we're going to go out, which is, well, in this case it's Michael, but, you know, and then we're going to, and I have a feeling there's some way to remove this, but I don't really know what it is. So at any rate, the idea is, I assume it's sealed, because I'm sure that, there we go. I have to check on this. It doesn't look like it is any, doesn't look like this is removable, because I would think there's some way of pouring it out through this, but I really don't know what that is, so let's just pour it out here. And by the way, this is 10 Drops coffee, which is a Colombian La Union Nariño. 12 ounces of that. 12 ounces, the new small batch roaster pound. And actually, it's the new pound. And then look at this. It makes 2 perfect cups. Actually has a little left over, so each of us will get a little more. And I'll give you the bigger one, Michael. And then let me try this. Now let me see what temperature this is, because I'm trying to be a good boy lately. You know, really 149 is the hottest you should ever drink coffee. And look at that. It's 140. We're fine. Okay, good. Not only is that important for your esophagus, it's really important for the taste. You know, that's a great cup of coffee. That is a really good drip cup of coffee. And it's using, I didn't do anything. I just used the normal setting I use on my coffee grinder. I did a drip grind, and I made coffee in this, and with the filter, a paper filter. Yes, I do prefer paper, so that is, I do prefer some sort of paper, cloth, or both fine, but I do like coffee filtered, and I believe there's this is the only thing I'm going to say about health and coffee. Well, I guess I just said something a few minutes ago about helping to preserve your esophagus, but I will say one other thing about health and coffee. Paper is a better filter medium for brewing coffee. It has it removes some ingredients that there are some ingredients that, if you don't use paper filtering, are in coffee that you really would like to get rid of or minimize. I would say in moderate use. I'm not worried about it, but I'm just generally speculating that you would want to remove them. And I think you'd frankly just get a better tasting cup because of the lack of solids in there. It doesn't continue brewing in any way. Just there's a real nice I have to say I've had this coffee a number of times in the last few days, and this is perhaps the best cup of it I've had so far. So I would definitely put this on my short list of back-to-school coffee. Oh, you know what we should do? We should just reseal it. So we can... And, you know, I get the thing, you pull it up, you know, and all that. I really like that. I like the fact that it's a coffee maker and it is a travel vessel within a coffee maker. And that works really nice too. And I would see, you know, making coffee in my, whether it's my dorm room or my palatial apartment that my relatives got for me so that I can attend one of the top 10 universities, and I could travel to my classes and bring along a bit of coffee. So let's give you the quick update on coffee. I just talked to some more coffee producers today, and they are very excited about being a part of CoffeeCon. So really, in the future, I think you can expect we are going to be working more. The way to look at this is the log line of it is we're going to be closing the gap and creating more what I originally envisioned, the farm stand relationship between producers and consumers. And I think that'll close the loop on that. I think it's absolutely critical that people start thinking. I think we're living in a new world where the producer and the consumer ought to be in dialogue. And you'll see some, I think, some fairly interesting and new ways of ensuring that at our events. So be on the lookout for that. Meanwhile, appreciate you tuning in a little later today. I know we had some challenges. You know, we're now we're on live casting on CoffeeCon's Facebook page, Coffee Companion's Facebook page. Welcome to this audience, and YouTube. We're live, so that's three. That's tripling our live coverage, and we're going to add others in the future. At any rate, I'm a great weekend coming up. I hope the weather's as beautiful where you are as it is where I am right now. My prayers to those in the hurricane area. But I think, you know, God willing, there'll be, we'll all be safe, and it'll turn out to be a fun, exciting ride, but not dangerous to anyone. Meanwhile, enjoy your coffee, and we'll see you next week. Also, wait a minute, let me add one more thing. Got some very exciting guests coming up. We're going to start having some real nice and just fascinating people, some of my favorites in the coffee world, and they're all traveling out of their way to come here to talk with you and, you know, be on with us. So I'm real excited about that. I'm Coffee Kevin. See you soon.